systems. True self. Kasim. Truth rules. So you're interested in this topic 85% with righteous names. But you know, there's more that goes with that. You know, 85% using righteous language. You think you know how to recognize that? Gotta situate this camera a little better today. Can y'all hear me? All right. Harmony, equality. Truth rules. You're taking a real minute with your response. Except on the one hand, we have such an influence on society, our language has been absorbed. But you know, check this out though, Kasim. How much influence has society had on us? Watch Bezos. You see, on the other hand, people come into the knowledge briefly but still remain in a state of being savage. True light says 7 still can't fit inside of 6. But see, you hit on something right there, G.O.D. Is that, you know, you hear a lot of these stories, right? You know, especially when you get to the science of entertainment. right? About things that God did out in the street. And it seems like it's a lack of understanding, right? Even on our part, that that's not the signs of God. There's no teaching that nobody got from the law that make them end up in jail. See, like you said, you have people that come into the knowledge, right? And when we come into the knowledge, we got things that at first we trying to bring that into the hereafter. But as our understanding grows, right? As our wisdom and understanding grows, then we have the power to pull ourselves out of that. And see, what I'm saying is that, uh, through the media a lot, we see God portrayed a lot of times unrighteously. And so, have we arrived at a point where, we ready to change? We ready to change the lesson, for when it says, "Are there any gods other than righteous?" They see, I can't put a limitation on nobody. Only they could put a limitation on themselves. You see, I do have a choice about what comes into my cipher and what ciphers I allow myself to be a part of. And see, one of the ways you got to do that is you got to be able to know who it is you amongst and who it is that's amongst you. Let me ask you a question. There's a question in the room, right? How many people do you call God, right? And you ain't never built on mathematics with them before? Think about that. How many people do you come in the midst of, right? And both of y'all just say the password. You say peace God. He says peace God. And you already know who you just talked to. See, look, it's infinite ways to be however you want to be in the world. But not all of those ways is going to coincide with this. So I used to blindly say peace God, peace earth, and now it's peace. Yeah, because indeed. See, like how many times, think about it. And see, look, a lot of times that's the case. Right? You somewhere, you have to show and prove. And it's just like it seems like a festive event. Everybody's, how many people in here, right? How many people in here think like, yo, you don't want to be controversial and ask somebody a degree? Be for real. Seriously. How many people do you call God, right? And you never saw them building on mathematics ever before. See, Freedom Coach just said, I just asked today's mathematics to someone I thought was God and found out he was a Hebrew. And shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? If that's what he do, ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Harvey Equality said, I've noticed is some men will be quick to check other men, but give the women a pass. Indeed. I have observed that. See, we do we do have brothers and sisters, right? In every walk of life. You know, you said Hebrews say peace God. Nah, I never experienced that one. See harmony, equality, you gotta give you gotta cut brothers some slack or something there. I don't know. But when did that start, Freedom Culture? You said, can I say when I come across those who say they about this that they get examined? I'm saying, you know, that's not that's not nothing that's you know, you ain't gotta be hostile about it. But it is examining. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, look, let's say if uh just in your everyday travels, right, wherever you at, right, if you come upon somebody and they smell bad for whatever reason, you probably not gonna maintain with them. That's a level of examination. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, look, it's one thing, okay, if y'all known each other for years, but that's what I'm saying. Like, look, you meet a brother at the Sean Proof, whatever, right? And he's like, yo, I'm hungry, man. I'm about to go get something to eat over here around the corner, right? That's crazy right there, Freedom Coach. I'm gonna get back to that, right? But let's say, y'all going over there to get something around the corner, right? You know, you be like, yo, guy, how you see today's mathematics? We about to go over here. I just want to, and then you deal with equality. Manifest how you see today's supreme alphabet. But don't just, you know what I'm saying, let the whole day go past and you don't really know who you around. Because if you don't know who they are, how you know what they going to do? Like, what's this Kasim? You said they asked, what's the date? Oh, you asked them, what's today's supreme mathematics, and they asked, what's the date? I mean, it's not too much clearer signs that you're not actively engaging with your with your supreme mathematics every day. Yeah, Freedom Coach. I never heard about this. This the first I'm hearing that Hebrew Israelites say peace God. Listen, how many people how many people you call God and you don't know if their word is life? saying peace God and asking today's math, and I messaged her to see if she had 120, and she thought I was asking her for some money. She thought I needed $120. Oh yeah, why be 5% when you could be 100%? That's it. That's an old one. That's an old one. Look, that one was around when I came around already. You should have asked him why be 12 tribes when you could be one. But yeah, this is. I mean, look and see. This is what I'm saying. This is why you know for every individual, right? I'm gonna speak for myself right now. But not like it don't apply. It don't apply to. It's not that it don't apply to everybody, but I'm just. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's an old one too. I seen that's the Ansars used to use those ones too. But I'm just saying, in terms of, look, when they say Lord of all worlds from highest to lowest, right? See, I could recognize that some people is not you ain't like I said, I ain't putting a limitation on nobody. But just right now, at this time, you're not Lord of that world. And see, it's up to people. So you got a lot of people. They like, yo, this person, you know, these guys that did that. Where they at now? Not just physically. Where's the evidence of their teachings? If you know a tree by the fruit it bears, and see the impact that I'm seeing is happening is that younger people come into the knowledge, right? CERN love, missed this by that much. You know, newer people come into the knowledge and they think that negativity is a part of this. The builder's table. Peace. Hey, listen, man. Listen. Look, when I got the knowledge, all you had to pay was attention. When you got your copies at that time, uh, 120 cost 60 cents. 120 cost 60 cents for you to make a copy, but that was about it. But just saying, you gotta realize that look, some people never made it to 7, man. See, that's the thing about this knowledge, man, right? On the very first day somebody gets exposed to us, we tell them that they God. We don't conceal, we reveal, right? But see, now we just taught you who God is. You still gotta be God. See, that's the part that people leave out. It's not like, look, the day you get the knowledge, right, you walk through the pearly gates. And now you lay all your burdens down, it's everything is good. At least not here. Just like the brother was just saying that, now the Hebrew Israelites say peace God, right? Okay, that idea has been born. I don't remember a whole bunch of people using it. In terms of, saying that the black man is God. Hey, let me ask you this question. Freedom Culture, when you say they reference Psalms 82 verse 6, so when they say peace God, they mean little G or big G? So you have stuff like that. But see now, this idea is born out there, right? Okay, if you say you guys, say you whoever you are. But see, you gotta watch out, man, because see, a lot of things are similar, but it's not equal. See, from off the rip, right? You got people, right? Like, check it. This is why you gotta examine. Because you got people that look, they got mathematics, but they mathematics say wisdom, knowledge. Or they got mathematics, but the cipher come before the knowledge in their mathematics. And see, it's not to say that you can't deal with equality with that person, but who somebody is, of course, that affects, what equality you can even deal with them. What equality is even appropriate to deal with them. See, don't get people's have it. They feel they expressing the knowledge. Don't get that caught up with Allah's teachings. Understand that. Look, Allah didn't choose from the honor roll. just generally speaking, that wasn't the pool of people that he picked up. He didn't go down to Harvard and rounded up all the black students. So you have things, brother, you know, people want to bring up, right, that, some of the first brothers that had the knowledge, right, was in gangs at one point. And bring that up to justify this crazy stuff, they do whatever they want to do now. Yeah, but that was before they had the knowledge. You can't, this kind of relativism where you try to use the worst history, right? You try to use the worst history to justify what you're doing right now. You pick all the worst history and see what you leave out is what happened. You leave out what was the consequences of that. And so the thing is, you're glorifying, this person's negative behavior more than you're glorifying the lessons. More than you're glorifying the principles that come along with the lessons. More than you are glorifying the history of how this was actually taught, how we build. See, you're plucking out the specific things, right? That when we say we renewing history, the specific things, right, that we supposed to leave in the past. This is what you want to glorify. See, you're not making a decision yourself to be righteous. See, righteousness can't be bestowed on you. I don't care who your parents is, who they not. See, all these things, we can discuss all these ideas. We can discuss all the ideas of being an astronaut. But at what point, look, if we discussing those ideas, right? At what point do we give those words some life? Hold on for a second, y'all. I got something in the oven over here. I gotta take a quick break, and I'll be right back. So where was we? Where was we? Where was we? Where was we? Did we get to the part yet where, listen, you know, we don't want to imitate or mimic or perpetuate, the, oh man, Alamel, what is what is the deal? But yeah, we don't want to continue to perpetuate, man. Listen, everybody here, right? What does that mean? Savage in pursuit of happiness to you. Like that phrase, what does that mean to you? Self-realization. That looks like a new name. Everybody has self-realization been on the channel before? Welcome to the channel, Self-Realization. Halftime. So Halftime said, savage in the pursuit of happiness means instant gratification. Okay. Shocking Nulu. But yeah, what does savage in the pursuit of happiness mean to you? Doing what you want to do instead of what's best for you. Doing the wisdom before the knowledge. Or from one said, I see that phrase as one looking outside of self and they won't attain love, peace, and happiness, which comes from within. Anybody else? Knowledge Life said demon with devilish reasoning. Okay, now look. These is all, like I said, what does this mean to you? Right? So, everybody manifests what they manifested right here, right? Self-realization said going against self. Alamel said instant gratification in pursuit of covering the internal voids due to the lack of applying self-knowledge. It's quite a sentence there, brother. But look, you know what makes me think like just everybody hear me out real quick, right? You know what to me translates directly into savage in the pursuit of happiness? You know who's the real life person that if you had this knowledge any length of time, right, you've met this person in real life, right? And it's like when they speak this phrase, right, this is what it translates to in my mind, right? When they say, I used to be God. When they say, I'm renewing my history. See, now look, and here's the thing too. See, it's a difference if, okay, your understanding, right, you came to the point of your understanding, right, where you thought, maybe you wanted to be a part of that nation, but, you remain righteous. Complete, what's the science? Complete, at the end of this, remind me to ask you a question. But I gotta ask you at the end because it's a crazy question. I might have to ask you on Instagram or something. 'Cause yeah, but I'm saying, listen, when a person says, "I used to be God," right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, what you was doing. Like, did you start eating pig again? You know what I'm saying? Did you go and you was a part of some cipher that is just fully contrary to the correct laws of mathematics? You know, like, it would be different if a person said, well, I went to India and I just was on a journey. I was just or if they was like, well, I went away to college. I went away to college and it just wasn't no brothers up there. So then it was like I just slowly, that's different. But when a person just say, yeah, I used to be God, like, yeah, you a savage in the pursuit of happiness. That's what it means, right? What was you doing? No, I mean, I'm saying, look, in terms of whatever decision people want to make with their life, that's what they do. But see, God is not just this catch-all, be-all. You know what I'm saying? Got Encyclopedia Brown and our teeth in here. God is not the catch-all, be-all. Savage cannot become anything other than a savage. All he or she will know is how to be a savage. Zombies are savage. Turmoil is their happiness. Uh, See, like I said, in those ways, see, Yakub take people birthright. Now it's like, as what do you mean, catch or be or? It's not something where it's like, there's he said, listen, what you saying, uh, Encyclopedia Brown, is that's correct. But there's also those that see in their mind they never fall a victim. See, in the heavens above, they never fall a victim. But look, with this knowledge or not, man, that's on all of us. It ain't no mystery, God, right? So then, look, you gotta look at what a person did with mathematics, man. See, that's how you tell, the true and living from an 85% with a righteous name. From a 10% with a righteous name. See, a lot of these things that we constantly we say them, right? We use all these phrases. But then when it comes time for those words to have life, for the physical manifestation of that to come into existence. Right? Like you talking about taking the devil off your planet, but then, that's all just the conversation of it. And see, look, people, you can't put more on people than who they are. If that's the level that you at, like it's some people that look, they at the level where they at, they not gonna get past right there. See, that's a perfect example of what I'm saying. That's the level that they got to, that they can express this, but that doesn't mean that that's the fullest degree of this. See, we can't pick people who, yeah, they had this knowledge, but they never developed their wisdom and understanding where they was able to pull themselves out of certain negativity. And then use this as our example. Or listen, allow other people to use this as our example. Or allow, when people say, you know, yeah, well, the guys back in the days, bro, you talking about children. You talking about people that when you was in high school. And see, that's what happens. Some people, they never get to that stage of growth and development beyond with whatever, the high school part of it. See, like when it really comes down, right? You know what I'm saying? And you start having babies, you know, they're 85%. Somehow it goes from you having a knowledge of self to them being religious people. And don't get me wrong, it happens. We gotta choose this for ourselves. They gotta choose it for themselves. I think it's the mystical Bible figures in Quran mentioned in the lessons that kept the door open for those who truly never stopped believing in a mystery God. I mean, you know, uh, this is another thing. You know, see, it's my opinion, right? It's not really as hard to teach as people make it. And one of the reasons you make it hard is because you be teaching people that this is just not in them. And so, yeah, you may be able to win an argument with these people, right? You could win an argument with these people, or a series of arguments where they might come to the point where it's like, okay, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. Right? You might get to that point with them. But see, they never really saw it themselves. See, that's another thing about examining people, right? See, that's another thing why when I say, look, how you see it. Because that exists. Group think. What's that other thing? Mass hysteria. You know what I'm saying? It's all these various phenomena, right? Where you could be in a group of people, right? What's that other thing? Uh, Stockholm syndrome, right? Where you could hive mind, exactly. Where you could be with a group of people, right? And then you just start living out the idea that's amongst those people. It's the deal, Rock. You know what I'm saying? But see, the person never really saw it for themselves, man. See, it's everything, right? Person come amongst the guys, man, you know what I'm saying? It's all this camaraderie. You down in Medina singing songs and all that. And see, like I said, it's not to cut nobody off. It's not to say, you know what I mean, that uh, they potential ain't what it is, right? But it's got to become kinetic at some point. Mike Smith, this question. So we're going for the jugular. Uh, Apparently, he was born in the knowledge. uh, from what I understand, through both his parents. In terms of it, is it supposed to be a joke? And I really don't know. You know, but this is what I'm saying. It's some things. It's like, see, it's one thing when you got a character that you presenting in some form of entertainment, right? You see, some things is cut and dry, man. Are there any guys other than righteous? See, what you play on TV, what you do, you know what I'm saying? You go to your 9 to 5 and all that, look, you do what you do, man. Like when people go to their job, right? When I be looking at people's jobs, right? Some people, some people is builders and some people is destroyers. Like some people, I'm saying at their job, they build, and some people at their job, they destroy. And that like that's the work that the company that they work for does. Yeah, Born Perfection definitely. That was about an hour. That was about an hour that Born Justice. I mean that Born Perfection uh, took him through it after he came. You know, as well as Sunyas. From the stage. With the mic. Made sure that everyone in attendance knew that, the law don't have no teachings that's dealing with criminality. See, first of all, the law wasn't no criminal. Like it's not like, what I'm saying, the number man, he hip you to the numbers game. Or a drug dealer, teach you where to go to get what you gotta get and how to break it down and all that. These are people you gotta talk to do this, these are people you gotta talk to do that. Law wasn't in none of that. What is this you talking about, knowledge life? But yeah, that was. He said it's been 3 months. I have an endorsement coming. Right, the first time he ever got locked up, he was teaching in front of Hotel Teresa. And see, look, what was the charge? What was the sentence? The law wasn't no criminal. So stop saying that his teachings result in people becoming criminal. Like stop relating those chemicals, right? Stop relating those criminals in your neighborhood, right, to what are the teachings of Allah. Like if those is your brothers, right, and they going through whatever they going through, that's how they feel they gotta survive right now, then look, that's what they gonna do, right? But stop saying that got something to do with the science of God, because it don't. This is this is interesting right here, Gold Pete. Exactly. Exactly. I teach that and look, and this is something that happens, right? Look, and we've been saying this for years, I teach. That listen, vast majority of people doing crimes are Christians. Like there's certain things that is I mean, at least for me, I'm not saying it's not possible, right? But there's certain things I've never even heard of a 5% doing that, right? They never put that on Jesus. So see, stop allowing them to put that on Allah, because that's not in His name. That's not in what He did. You know what I'm saying? This is the reality, man. You know, before he he came to the full realization himself, he was a Muslim. He went through the stage of growth and development where he had to go through that, right? We know who he is. But I'm just saying, That's not, you know what I'm saying? The stuff that you putting on him, you okay, say that, but don't say he was no criminal. He's a decorated military hero. Say that part. A family man. Say that part. Believe all that shit that those 85% with righteous names did out of his name. So anybody got any questions? I'm about to go. I was just waiting for my barbecue chicken to cool down a little bit. I know y'all don't want to keep a man from his chicken. I know what kind of world that would be. Yeah, I was on a little bit of a rant. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably a little bit too. You know, it's been a hell of a week. You know what I'm saying? We're you know, people were saying I was advocating a lot of things that ain't had, is never been heard of me advocating that like that. But just, in general, that's something that I seen this week, right? That, not observing that principle, right, caused some things to happen. Not observing that principle, right? That, see, just because you fuck up, they ain't got nothing to do with the math. See, if you're seeing things for what they really are and not what they appear to be, right? Then, see, you could fuck up with the math. But that don't mean the math is fucked up. So I could give you a recipe to make a meal and you can fuck it up. See, I could give you instructions on how to get to a place. And you could fuck up and end up in the wrong place. That don't necessarily mean my instructions was wrong. Now we may have to go back and examine that. But see, supreme mathematics has already been shown and proven. It don't need to be examined. You just fucked up. How come it don't never lie in no situation except in this situation where you fucked up? See, look at everything from knowledge to born. So you could just acknowledge their wisdom. The person said that they God. But did you really see them being God? Where? When? And what was born from that? What was born? See that's where that's really where what was born. See, son, love, you hit it on the head right there. We have to realize it's not for everybody. See, right now what we have is a bunch of junk men. We got a bunch of Fredgies, Sanfords that think they could go out there and salvage any savage. No, man. Some people need to be put out on the worst part because it ain't never gonna work out. Some people they can only pull themselves out of it. See, babies, you can pull out of it. Grown people gotta pull themselves out of it. You see the difference there? See, that's why it's hard to teach. That's why it's hard. You trying to that's impossible. And see, listen, as you teach it, man, listen, people gotta make a decision, man. You know, if they're going to be in my midst, you gotta make a decision. Cause see, let's just talk at the very basic, the very most basic level of existence, right? I don't want to be with you and you doing certain shit, and then the penalty come, and then I fuck around have to serve it with you. I want to be around somebody that's doing positive and shit. So when they see somebody that is like, oh shit, man, yo, man, here's $1,000,000, and then you can say, hey guys, $20, man, shit, just cause you was with me when they gave me $1,000,000. Now that would be trifling, but hey, you gotta take it. You know, but that's who I want to be around. I don't want to be around somebody that got death, hell, and destruction coming to them. And so, in terms of judging you as a person, and if you have it, if that's what you feel you need to do, that's something else. But judging what's going to be in my cipher and what cipher I'm going to be in, yeah, I do that all the time. 24 hours a day. See, I'm not going to judge for you, but I'm going to judge for me. Yeah, Shaganulu, that kind of stuff. And then say they're your brother. Yo, builder's table. It's not for nothing, man. yeah, you're like a lot of your comments, right? It looks like Chat GPT. Like it reads like Chat GPT. I mean, not saying that that's what you're doing, but just you know, that's the world we live in now. Are you testing out your technology on us? Shala unique. I'm saying that's fly if that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's what you're doing, I want you to tell me how you did it, so I could be down. I'm getting a little caught up in the side rally. Y'all know I'm being quiet, but I'm looking at the comments here. But why they having that side rally there? We got any last questions before I go get these vittles? He says, so did everybody come to an understanding by the end of the night? I don't know. You know, I mean, I know the truth was manifested, in the event, uh, was understood, everything was peace, you know, and don't get caught up. See that's another thing. I don't know if you saw the what's the name, but that ended up being like just the smallest snippet. Like it was 9 hours that day, right? Let's say we got out there like 12ish, whatever, started doing everything. We had book bags, we had food, we had art, all types of things. And, just this one thing kind of happened that might even make it seem like it wasn't understanding. You know what I'm saying? Does he understand? What occurred? I don't. I know I got understanding. You know, but that's it's better to have understanding than to be understood. Those are I learned this week, right? I learned this week uh, that it's better to be exact than to be right. Not like I thought it was better to be right than exact. I just never looked at that concept from that angle. uh, but right now that'll probably be uh, right now, because we already coming up to the end of the year. That's looking like it's going to be the lesson of 2024. You know, it's better to be exact than to be right. Why was that? Why why was just that snippet posted first to represent, to show the worst part and move on from there? I mean, you know, kind of in all reality, for the same reason of what the snippet was of. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, you know, just the same way I'm saying, like you picking, you know, this group of people over here, right? Who never came to the full realization of these teachings, right? And you using, their experiences, right? As this is what God's is, right? Uh, the same thing happened at that event. You know what I'm saying? Where, you pick out this guy, right? Who, look, right? You're not at the level of realization where you understand, about, what's right and what's appropriate. Yeah, see, Shaka New, that's a good way of putting it right there, right? See, if you exact, right, that's about how you do things, right? You know what I'm saying? It's about you know the ability, man, for your knowledge and wisdom, you know what I'm saying, to match the situation. But it's also about a way that you go about doing things where, see, if you right, but it's not exact, then it's wrong. But see, if you exact, positive elevation can always correct errors. You see what I'm saying? So see, like for instance, in your profession, you know what I'm saying, where you doing the welding and all of that, right? You know what I mean? It's certain things that if you did that right, but you ain't do it exact, you fucked up the whole thing. Now you gotta start over. You see what I mean? But if you exact, you gonna be right. Almighty knowledge. You know what's funny? I just saw the guy Kara the other day. I was thinking about you, and I was thinking, I guess I was wrong, but I was thinking that you must have stepped up a notch studying uh, uh, those who are exactly incorrect. That's like divine evil. Exactly. Shaka Noodle said in apprenticeship in math class, you didn't get credit for the right answer without showing the work. Because now we could go back and we could see what, you know what I'm saying? But if you just was over there freestyling, you just was eyeballing shit. See? Yeah, but Almighty now, before you say that's peace, right? As I was thinking, because I haven't seen you online in a minute, I was thinking that Karad probably told you to, calm down on the internet until you pick up on your studies. But at any rate, you said, "What's the bill today?" Look, I got one for you, right? So what degrees you up to now? You know, hey, listen, you was already out the gates before I. you you ain't even give me a chance. You ain't give me a chance. So using Japan. So did that afford you? Did that afford you some opportunity to study your lessons? You said, "Can I say do what is exact to be right?" I don't know about that. You know what I mean? But you know, I can say this. You know, uh, you know, you know, mathematics is life, and life is mathematics, and mathematics is an exact science. And if you deal with that exact science, right, in the proper order, then you're gonna be born alive. You know, uh, at the end of the day, when you talk about what you doing, anything that you do, you got to make things right. See, like, look, that's one of the things that I did, right? Talk about this, criminal guys. Here's a lot of things. It was like, okay, and don't get me wrong, they did their thing, but at the same time, it was like, see, I put it in other people's hands, right, for it to be right. But you got to make things right, unless you figured out the proper prayer to finally make the mystery God come and do something. So Almighty knowledge, you said I'm with my family, but every day I live out mathematics. Okay, so Almighty knowledge. Does that mean you didn't study your lessons since you was in Japan? Because that was, we didn't get to that part yet. If you live out mathematics, we're just asking, what's the progress that you've made, since you last time you was on here. Yeah, nah, that's it's look, sir, love. It's one of the things that look, you, if you don't know, you don't want to know. It's not important. You know, the key thing is that, you know, there's no guys other than righteous, man. You know, and you know, Allah's teachings is about education and righteousness and being a benefit in the community. You said, wouldn't a more pertinent question be, how are you applying the mathematics to the self physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally? But see, first you got to know what they is. That you can't apply something you don't know what it is. See, that's one of the things. See, like, look, right? You applying mathematics, right? But in what order? I'm not suggesting that you might be applying it out of order, but I'm saying that unless one knows said order, right? Then how do they know? You know, like, what if a person, right, who doesn't, let's say a person never experienced the 5% before, right? And they see the mathematics out of order, right? They see the mathematics, you know, or they just see them on the wall. And they like, yo, look, these, you know, 9 principles right here, this is the key to life. But because they haven't been exposed to this, right? Because they haven't experienced Allah's mind, right? That He manifested to us, right? Right? Suppose they think, well, one should be born. Because a person got to be born, and then, you understand what I mean? You know, we don't want to get too deep off into the wrong thing, but just saying that somebody who doesn't have this experience, what if they think to apply it like that? That's why you got to know it. You know, if we talk about the, look, if we're applying the laws of mathematics, then first is knowledge. You know, and then we get into uh, can you apply it, you know, and how you apply it. So you only 140. You always study your lessons just to make sure they are correct. Okay. So with degree in the 140. You there? You there, Almighty Knowledge? Understand and build or destroy. You're getting up there with the big boys now, huh? Running with the big dogs. So look, I ain't gonna ask you the degree, but look, I'm watching you. So next time we see what degree you want. See, because once you get all the degrees, once you get all the degrees, and you able to draw everything up. See, when you only got 70 degrees, you can't. They see when you got, like, for instance, right? You passed those degrees. So see, when you got to the wisdom degree in the 1 to 10, right? Now look at how much more you can draw up, right, from what you first learned in the wisdom degree in the 1 to 10. Now that you know the wisdom knowledge to the understanding culture degree in the 1 to 40. See, like right there, when it first told you Yakub's grafted devil of the planet Earth, you know what I'm saying? If you like a good percentage of the people who get the knowledge, you even was grafted. At that time, I had heard of skin grafting. You know what I'm saying? I knew about people that got burned, right? And they grafted skin. But this process by which you make people, 8 people, uh, I know for me, everything became much clearer about that once I had those degrees from wisdom knowledge in the 1 to 40 to the understanding culture. Now I know the details, right, of this stuff that I've been reading about in all these other degrees. Police, I thought it was an incorrectly used term when I first heard it until I got those lessons as well. You see what I'm saying? I read Message to the Black Man while I was in school, so the process of making the colored man became clear when I read that. Yeah, the internet has definitely, made it, you know, clear that, you need somebody to guide your growth and development, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like I ever doubted it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you absolutely have to walk with God, because that's the only way to get everything else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can you can buy 120 on the internet now. I've never seen it myself. I don't know. So when you buy the 120, right? At least the black and gold version, does it have Supreme Mathematics and Supreme Alphabet in it, or is just 120? But I'm sure if you good enough with Google, that you can get the Supreme Mathematics and the Supreme Alphabet. Power and Refreshment. Yeah, I remember that. Look, that's like that's how ugly it gets, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got to rely on these. This is see this came from a man. I'm saying literally, 6 dimensions. Front, back, top, bottom, left, right. A man, with experiences. He got a voice that sounds a certain way and all that. And then you try to reduce that down and try to give out all he was over some pixels on the screen, right? Or even some just ink on the paper. It ain't gonna work. Wait, what's this you saying? Almighty knowledge. You said when quoted, there are lines missing that don't align with what the gods have quoted, who have the lessons passed down from their educators. Is there another message that I missed or something? I missed something there. Who knows what it is? But or if you buy the lessons online, it's lines missing. I mean, this is the kind of thing that can happen. That's exactly my point. No. Understand and agree. He said, now G used to tell me to just give them the whole 120 because if they leave or I leave, they will at least still have them. That's debatable but understandable. I don't think it's debatable anymore. I think the internet has proven that I think the internet has proven that yeah, no, that doesn't work. Are there individuals, right? Uh, that can make it possible, indeed. Uh, but I think that's a rare individual. And I don't know if I know any. At least in terms of, I mean, well, put like this. You gotta remember that, we in the nation, right? Uh, we've already had our glasses shined by the older brothers. We've already had aspects of life. We've already had light shined on that for us. You know, we didn't walk into a dark house. You see what I'm saying? The light was already on, so even if you got to go down there, right? You could the light is on. You could see your way down the hallway now. See, even if you draw it up by yourself like that, you ain't gonna have that light. You're gonna have to shine your own glasses. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't have the older brothers. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm saying, you gotta look. There's things Elijah learned. You know what I'm saying? There's things that just us as the original man here in the wilderness of North America, lessons that we learn, history that we can reflect back on and make a better decision. Come up with a better solution. If they just got 120 and that's it, then how do they get that? You know, there's a lot of things in there, that the naked eye could hardly detect. Right? So it's good if you got somebody that could point that out to you. That look, see when you just glazed over that. See, knowledge means to look, listen, observe, and respect. Respect means to look again. You said, could respect also be acknowledging it for its truth? Well, I'm breaking it down based on the etymology. See, spec means to look. Like spectacles is something that you look at. Spectacular is something, you know, uh, exciting for you to see, for you to look at. You know what I'm saying? That's what the word or that that root means, right? And re means again. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, look, now that you got the whole 120, trust me, you ain't gonna have to make things as complicated. But yeah, right now, I told y'all a while ago that my barbecue chicken was ready. So I don't know how much more. I've already postponed my barbecue chicken. To build with y'all for a little bit longer, but I think it's that time. So everybody that made it this far, do the each one teach one. The wrist, man. I went to the orthopedics. So now I guess I gotta go back around the 20th. And see what happens with this. But it's the fluid it's pretty much, it came back now. It's not as bad as before. And when he took it out, I guess some of the information came down. But yeah, it's still not right. We gotta see what happens. Yeah. I got the brace. NG. But we on tomorrow. Maybe not the same bad time, but same bad place. And like I said, if you made it this far, do the each one teach ones. Hit the like button, and I'm gonna sign off and say peace.